Again, my name is Gabe Zollner. I was just chatting with a very good friend of mine out of Houston, and he made a couple of comments that I wanted to sort of share and see if anyone out there has experienced similar kind of events. What he said was, on 45 North off of Houston, recently they've put up some checkpoints that weren't there before, you know? And he said he's noticed in some other areas as well. So if you've noticed checkpoints sort of popping up where they weren't there before, you might sort of wonder why that is. You might also want to take a look and see if there's any buildup of reserves in your area. You know, where they park those heavy vehicles, those trucks and half-tracks and all the rest of it. They call it like military reserves. See if any of those are sort of popping up in your area. The other thing that he said, which was really interesting, is that he received a call from one of his friends that's pretty well connected. And what he was told is that the police forces across the country are expected to wear similar uniforms by 2016. And that would be black and white uniforms. So you can no longer distinguish Highway Patrol from California, from Highway Patrol in Arizona, or Highway Patrol in Houston. You'll never be able to distinguish various municipalities that have their uniforms because they're all sort of unique to their area. The other thing you won't be able to do is distinguish where the vehicles are from, because according to the source, all the vehicles are expected to be painted black and white by 2016. Now, 2016 is sort of interesting for a number of reasons. 2016 would be the end of Bozo's term. And if he's successful in achieving what I think he's going to be successful in achieving in 2014, he'll have the Senate and he'll have the House. And if he has both of those with a significant margin, then they'll pass Proposition 15. And Proposition 15, as I've said in other videos as well, is introduced by a New York representative. And what that does is it eliminates the 2 terms of a president. So all those pieces sort of seem to fit together. I don't see it going that long myself. You know, I was under the impression, based on the pieces that I've been able to put together, that this event will occur a lot sooner than 2016. But if it continues to drag along, what this person sort of relayed to me makes a lot of sense. You know, Hitler had his SS. Guess what color uniforms they wore? Yeah. And distinguishing vehicles and not being able to distinguish vehicles will make it that more confusing for Americans all over the country. So, who knows, you know? I personally, again, think it's going to end a whole lot sooner than that, but if it doesn't, it sort of makes sense that the uniforms and the police cars all marked with black and white will become Obama's new Gestapo, you know? Yeah, he had to put together a militia, and he said it'll be larger than our military, and the only way he could do that is if he taps into the police forces. And I think he's already done that, you know? And who knows what they've been promised, if they've been promised. All I know is that we are really in dire straits. We're being run by a criminal organization. He wasn't duly elected. He stole the White House in 2008, and he stole it again in 2012. And in 2016, I don't think he plans to steal it. He's just going to take it. No different than what he's done with the White House. The White House is the people's house, but the people can't go visit it because Obama's got a construction project going. And if you watched any of my previous videos, you'll know what I think was built. And that would be like the ultimate for the Islamic religion. Yeah. A mosque at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. How perfect would that be, huh? You know what? You think this can't happen? Keep thinking that. Then why don't we have somebody go take a look, huh? Why can't someone go take a look and report back? Like Sean Hannity. He'd be perfect. Yeah, it'll never happen. We won't see it until Obama's ready to unveil it. And then it'll be all over for the American people. You think not? You better think again. I told you what I think. What do you think?